Hello everyone, we are the GalleryComposer team, and my name is Chong, and I'm doing my master in computer engineering.
Hi Red, I'm Fangzai. I'm also doing my master in computer engineering.
And my name is Antu. I'm a master's student in art history. So in my research, I try to understand the meaning of man-made objects and the way that they shape our lives. At the foundation of my work is a need to collect, organize, and share pictures of those images. So typically when I go in a museum, I need to take pictures of the object, of course, but also the label, the display, and the exhibition. And concurrently to that, I handwrite my notes in a little notebook. At the end of the day, both pictures and notes, handwritten notes, get manually sorted out. And it takes a lot of time and leads to a lot of errors. So with the GalleryComposer app, I can do this process while being in the museum directly in front of the artworks so that it minimizes my chance of writing things wrong. And I can also annotate my pictures with information from the museum, as well as my personal insights of these objects. And eventually I can share my work with my colleagues by uploading my files onto Dropbox, for example.
Here is a block diagram of our design. It consists of 5 main parts. The local database, the cloud user interface, microphone, and camera, plus the cloud vision service from Google. The main function of our app is taking photos. The camera can be activated through the user interface, and the data will be saved on disk with correlation created in the database. By using the camera, user can also modify the metadata section of the photo by first taking a picture of the label of the artwork and send to and get the result from the Cloud Vision server so that the image will be translated into the text. Moreover, the user can also record audios as notes by using the microphone and link it with the photo in the database. Or they can just manually type in the notes through the screen keyboard by using the screen keyboard. All these information will be saved in the metadata section. At last, in order to share these resources, user can connect to the cloud and then upload and download the pictures. Let's take a look at the live demo now.
Okay, so I'm at a museum and I see a painting that I want to study. In this case, it's a painting by Rebecca Probe. So I'm going to, after having launched my app, it takes me to the gallery mode, which I can see all the pictures that I've previously taken. So I'll just go ahead and start taking pictures of it. And I want to see the details of the texture, so I'm going to take a couple of them. And once I'm done, it will show me a list of the images that I've taken. So now I can enter the information that I need. I can do so manually. Or even better, if I have a label, I will simply take a picture of the label. And that And this will automatically take the information from the label and place it onto my app so that I don't have to do it manually. So I'm going to say, in the recording, consider looking for references of Roman practices of the Memoro Damnatiae. And just make sure that it works. So I'm going to say, in the recording, consider looking for references of Roman practices of the Memoro Damnatiae. So I will save it and go back to make sure that everything is the way I want. So now that I think about it, I actually think that a colleague of mine would really benefit from having this picture as well as the metadata. So first I'm going to put it in my favorites folder by clicking the start, and then I'm going to upload it onto my Dropbox so that I can send it to my colleague by email. So if we go into the Dropbox, the image will be downloaded, and then once you get info from the image, the information from my label will be directly placed on the properties in the description box. So both of these will always go together, so I don't have to send the text at the same time. So for the audio, it doesn't send it with the image, but that's not important because those are my personal research insights, and that's not something I want to share. Mostly what I want to share is the image and the label. So going back to my app, I'm actually thinking that there's something I want to do with this image. So I'm going to try to expand my view and see if I have another one that I wanted to compare it with. So in the case I don't see it, so I'm going to try to search for it. And I don't see it either, so I'm actually going to look if I have it already on my Dropbox, and I do, so I'm just going to download it. And then I can have both and look at the differences. So this was the first one, and then this was the other one.
And the most important things that we learned from this project are twofold. So firstly, we could have got feedback from art historians earlier so that we didn't have to waste time on adding new features and removing features after the proposal stage. And secondly, we need to find a balance between the amount of planning we should do ahead of time and the actual execution. Because we ended up wasting a lot of time in the actual execution and didn't plan a lot of things ahead of time. So for the next step, for our app, and we want to export photo metadata as a spreadsheet to do quantitative analysis. And also we want to support for various device form factors like iPads. And also hopefully we can develop another version of the GalleryComposer on macOS. And that's it. Thank you.
Hey, that looks really nice. A couple questions. You said in your key learnings you wanted to talk to art historians sooner. You're an art historian. Which art historians are you talking about?
Like art historian, like from my department.
Well, what did they say that caused you to change?
For example, the like OCR feature, like I don't use that myself, but it's something that somebody mentioned, and we think it's very interesting to have it implemented because it's a lot faster.
They added it because they wanted to not have to do all the
Yeah.
typing. Oh. And was that going up to a server when you were doing that? Or
Yes. That's the OCR part.
I just want to say, like, if you continue doing this, I see huge applications for this in kids going to a museum as well. Like, if you translate it into a way that kids could, like, record things as they're experiencing the museum and use it scholarly way, like more, it'd be amazing for teachers. So it's really cool.
Are you planning to use it?
Yeah, we still have a couple of things to change, but definitely.
There's no actual server that you have to maintain, is that right?
No.
Which is good because once your programmers go away, servers go away. So that's actually a good trick. Any other comments or questions?